Virat Kohli. Now, something about Virat Kohli, and for reasons that are completely justified, but, was it the Border Gavaskar Trophy in 2016? You were out there. Was it 2016? Mm-hmm. And Kohli missed the final test. Yep. Border Gavaskar last time round, he missed 4 of the 5 tests. Yeah. The England-India series, or the India-England series, he missed 5 tests, all 5 tests. All justifiable reasons. But these are the big series, right? I'm not saying Bangladesh and New Zealand are the big series, but we're heading towards the mother of all the big series. And it would be a surprise if Kohli wasn't, even if people aren't writing or saying it, he will be aware that he's missed out on some of India's crowning moments, glory moments. And I suppose coming into this series, his stock is high, of course it is, but he'll be mindful of that.
I think there's a couple of things with him. I think World Test Championship is what he wants, right? I think he's probably looking at Joe Root at the moment and being like, he's gone to a level that I haven't been to since 2019, right? And I also think there's just an element of last year. I know it was it was about 8 tests. He started to make runs again. So, he goes through 2020, 2021, 2022, averaging 25 in Test cricket, which is ridiculous for someone of his talent. And then last year starts to make those runs again. And I think there's an element of, I think he should feel comfortable enough that he's back. And you look at his footwork and the way he's moving and everything else. And, he's now won that trophy for India. So a bit of the legacy that he was struggling with has been fortified, right? But he wants the World Test Championship, and I'd be shocked. And I don't just mean Kohli here. I think Williamson and Smith, I think they're all looking at Root now and being like, wait a minute, we were in front of him for a long period of time, and he's just jumped us. It'd be really interesting to see if that jogs these guys back in to be really, really competitive. And you think about these 5 tests, we are, especially for the first part of the series, I don't think they're going to have raging turners. I'm not saying the wickets won't spin, but I don't think they'll have some of the really, really juiced up wickets they've had before, just because you don't want to give Bangladesh the option to just come in and rag the ball sideways against you with their spinners. So there might be some very good batting pitches he can get on a roll. And then once he gets on a roll, then he's going to the Australian pitches, which he loves. So but he's got about 9 tests where I think he should be looking at going back to the old Virat Kohli. So I think you're right. He's quite high. I'll be really interested to see how many runs he makes in these next 5 test matches based on where his mind is more than anything else. But yeah, I thought last year there was definitely, and I mean, forget the averages, just watching him, watching him in T20 cricket and ODI cricket and everywhere else, he just looked like he was moving a little bit better, a little bit crisper than he had been before. I think he had cluttered his life with so many things, and he needed to just get back to cricket for a little bit. And I think he's been slightly better at doing that.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.